Hello children, today's topic is three main organs of the Indian government. You know what are the three main organs of the Indian government. They are the executive, the legislature and the judiciary. Today you already know what is the legislature. The legislature is made up of the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Today we are going to discuss the executive. The executive is made up of the president, the vice president, prime minister, council of ministers. You have to learn their qualifications, election. Meaning of the executive. The executive is the organ of the government that enforces the laws made by the legislature. Enforces means to put into practice and runs the administration of the country. The union executive consists of the president, the vice president, prime minister and his council of ministers. Parliamentary system. Under the parliamentary system, there exists a clear distinction. Distinction means a difference between the nominal executive, the president, and the real executive, the prime minister, and the council of ministers. Ministerial responsibility is the essential feature of a parliamentary democracy. The President of India. The President, you can see the President Sri Ramnath Kovind. The President is the head of the state and the first citizen of the country. The Constitution confers or puts extensive powers on the President. Qualification. He should be a citizen of India. He should have completed 35 years. He is qualified to become a member of the Lok Sabha. Should not hold any office of profit under the government of any state. Term of office. The President is elected for a term of 5 years and he is eligible for re-election. The President may resign from his office by writing to the Vice President. Election of the President. The President is elected indirectly. Now we elect our MPs and MLAs by direct election. We put votes. But that is not the case with the President. The President is elected indirectly by an electoral college consisting of both the members of the Parliament, both the houses of the Parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, and also the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the state. The Chief Justice of India administers the oath of office to the President. Impeachment. Impeachment means removing a President from office. The President may be removed from the office by impeachment for violation of the Constitution. The resolution to remove the President can be moved in either of the houses of the Parliament. Vice President. You can see Sri Venkaiah Naidu. Qualification for election. In order to be elected as the Vice President, a person should be a citizen of India. He should not be less than 35 years of age. He should be qualified as a member of the Rajya Sabha. Should not hold an office of profit under the government of India or any state. Term of office. The Vice President is elected for a period of 5 years and is eligible for re-election. The Vice President may resign from office by writing to the President. Removal from the office. The Vice President may be removed by a resolution of the Rajya Sabha passed by a majority of its members and agreed by the Lok Sabha. There is no provision for impeachment of the Vice President. Election of the Vice President. The Vice President is elected by an electoral college consisting of both the members of the houses of the Parliament. The state legislature is not involved in this election. The Prime Minister. You can see the picture of Sri Narendra Modi. The Constitution of India has adopted a parliamentary form of government, and it states that there shall be a council of ministers with the Prime Minister at the head to aid and advise the President. The President is the nominal head of the government. Nominal means only for namesake, while the actual or the active head is the Prime Minister. He is the pivot. Pivot is the central point on which the whole constitutional machinery revolves. Appointment of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is appointed by the President and other ministers are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. This is only the formal power of the President. The Prime Minister is the leader of the party or the coalition which has got a majority in the Lok Sabha. Coalition means two groups of parties together. The Council of Ministers. The Council of Ministers consists of all categories of ministers, cabinet ministers, ministers of state and deputy ministers. The cabinet is a small group of senior ministers of the cabinet rank. The Council of Ministers. The size of the Council of Ministers is 15% of the total number of members of the Lok Sabha. There are cabinet ministers like Home Minister. Home Minister, you know, is Amit Shah. And Defense, Rajnath Singh. Finance, Nirmala Sitaram. Then there are ministers of state. And then there are junior ministers called as deputy ministers who assist the senior ministers. Ministerial responsibility. There are two types of ministerial responsibility. One is collective responsibility and the other is individual responsibility. The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the House of the People or the Lok Sabha. The members of the cabinet swim and sink together. When a cabinet takes a decision, every minister has to stand by it. That is, they have to support. For example, they passed the farm laws recently and then all the ministers should support it. If one minister opposes it, then it will not be passed. Individual responsibility. The ministers are also individually responsible. They are responsible to the head of the state. The minister holds an office as long as he enjoys the pleasure of the President. The President can remove a minister on advice of the Prime Minister or for undesirable activities.